This is number 25 in Unit 66 of our textbook, where we're asked to determine the value of P. So what we want to recognize first is that P is the hypotenuse of this right triangle. So we're trying to find hypotenuse. And that the other side whose length we know is the side that is adjacent to our angle measure that's given of 45.8 degrees. So when we think about Chief SOHCAHTOA, sine is opposite over hypotenuse, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent is opposite over adjacent. Since we want to find hypotenuse given adjacent, we're going to need to use cosine. So our basic formula for cosine says take the cosine of our angle theta, and it is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. So in our case, we'll be taking the cosine of our angle, 45.80 degrees, and it will equal the side that is adjacent, which is 52.64 millimeters, over the hypotenuse, which is unknown. Now what makes this a little tricky is that our variable that we're solving for is in the bottom of the fraction. Well, there's an easy solution to that. We could just take and multiply both sides of our equation by what's in the bottom of our fraction, and that would eliminate P being in the bottom. And then we can see P is multiplied by the cosine of 45.80 degrees. So we would need to divide by the cosine of 45.80 degrees on each side of our equal sign, having to use a little bit of algebra in this particular problem. So when we do so, P will be alone. When I plug this into my calculator, I find that the hypotenuse length in this case, rounded to 3 decimal place as requested in the problem, would be equal to 75.506 millimeters.